How's it going, everybody? Lance here, and today I have another review to give you guys. The developers from Computer Lunch sent me their game called SwingStar VR. And the game designer, Andrew Garahan, was intrigued of the reviews I've done for the other ones that he wanted to share for my channel as well. So I definitely thank you for sending me this copy so I may look into this and share it with everybody else that may be interested. So, let me tell you guys about what this game's about. SwingStar is a third-person swinging physics puzzler that puts players through a wild ride, accelerating the player as they swing. So when I'm saying this to myself, okay, you're a boy having this interesting hat with a hand on it, it stretches, and you swing. Sounds simple, right? Ugh, wrong. Anyway, let me get to you from first to last. So, first level, I was literally having to just swing. And that was pretty simple. Pretty simple. So, once you do it, you're like, I'm a master at this. I have no issues whatsoever. And then later on, probably, I think the second or third level was when I had the most problem. At first, when I went through the third level, I was able to do it in 2 shots and get a 3-star. And then I realized there was a door. Once I noticed the door was there, I kid you not, I struggled through the game. And I was trying to figure out, why am I recklessly hitting things on the ground? And I mean, it was so periodically that I messed up like probably 5 or 6 times until I had to literally sit down and think how the physics was in this game, because the physics was what threw me off, and I think that's what made me think too hard on how simple it is once you really figure it out. So after I sat down for a little bit just to stare at the stage and to figure out how this game really works, the more you swing is the more it stretches the cord. And then if you keep swinging, the momentum keeps stretching, and then of course you're going to be colliding on the ground or a wall or anything. So that's what I noticed. So let's put it as another example. You swing to one, and then another, and then stop. If you stop and give it time to reset, you can say, that's the only time you can make your next move. Because when I started this game, I thought it was time-based, but it's not. Your whole purpose is to see how many swings you can make before making it to the goal. The lesser the swing, the higher your score will be. The more the swings, the less your score will be. So that was the kicker. So it took me a while, but afterwards, I think it was a good thing that I kind of wanted to explore a little bit. That way I have a better understanding how the physics works and how the game plays, because I used the controller. You can actually use a Bluetooth controller to play this, and all it was just simple push of a button and then let the physics take over, and all you're doing is looking around looking for the next target to swing. So there's a total of 25 levels. The boss battle is the 25th. This game has been out for a while. I don't know if they just added the boss battle, but I'll get back to the boss battle. So the levels were very intriguing, and they have different abilities, well, not different abilities, but different objects to grab. You can grab the objects in the environment if you see a handprint. You can grab the objects that are floating. There's also this jelly object where if you grab, it'll zoom you right in and make you stick into it. There's a cannon which shoots you at the time you actually grab into it, so it'll suck you in and then shoot you up, depending on the direction it shows. And then there's like a yo-yo thing that spins you around and around, and then you can launch yourself, which is pretty neat. Now again, this is a VR experience, and if you, the person, are not into all this perspective where you're like literally going up all over the place and then falling down, this may not be the game for you, but it was still intriguing. I did feel a little queasy, but not too much. I was able to tolerate from beginning to end of this game. So let me talk about this boss battle here. Now, when it comes to games, sometimes games have a mind of its own, in my opinion, because there are times where I'm just too good that the game doesn't want me to win. Now, of course, it took me 2 tries with this guy, and I'll say why it took me 2 tries. The first time I met up with this final boss, I sat there just to see what he does. He doesn't really do much. He just sits there and looks pretty. And then I made my approach. So you have to actually grab the orbs on him, which was kind of obvious, but you know, you just go and grab. So I grabbed the first one, arm fell off. Then I grabbed the next one, arm fell off. And then he started to run to the next area. So when he was running, he ran off the map and never came back. So I don't know if this was his tactic of not wanting to die, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny, so I definitely had to show it to you guys because it was messed up, but it was cool. So eventually the next try, I literally just dominated him and then finished the game. And then, you know, that was it. Now, I kid you not, this game in general was actually pretty good, pretty creative. Because when it comes to puzzle games, you always try to figure out strategies of how to get from one destination to another. And then when it comes to this type of physics, you have to figure out the velocity or how fast he is swinging in order for him to even make it across. You will make lots of mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with making mistakes because then that's how you learn from your mistakes if you make mistakes. The more you don't make mistakes, the more you ain't gonna learn nothing. So it was trial and error for this game, but it was decent enough for me to really want to maybe figure out how to get 3 stars. For the price it is worth, $2.99, it seems fair. But when it comes to mobile VR games, this is the one thing I kind of see when it comes to pricing. And for me, as a gamer that's been playing games for a very long time, me beating this in a matter of seconds, $3 doesn't seem something that would intrigue me. But then also you gotta put in the aspect of, are you willing to go back and get all 3 stars? Are you willing to constantly play to know that there are hidden areas if you get the key and go through the door? So there are times where if a person just speeds run through the game, you could probably beat this in 38 minutes or short, depending on how good you are. I beat it in, I think, 30 to 45 minutes, let's put it that way. And I skipped a couple of other stages because there were keys that I could open, but you can actually power through it without opening the keys, which will make you actually skip the levels. If you guys are into puzzles, this would be probably a good one, and if you guys are there for the challenge just to get 3 stars, this would be a reasonable price because literally it will take you some time to get 3 stars, especially with the amount of swings you have to do to get those stars. So thank you again for sending this game. Thank you guys for sitting and listening to me about this game and for this review. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like, share it with others. And if you guys want to see more content, hopefully more reviews down the road, and gameplays and VR gameplays, click the subscribe button and hope to see you guys another time.